I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he gotta be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where it shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up. Yeah.
You know, he got the latest watch and the latest car, and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that like, boy, that money goes quick.
Yeah.
Bugattis are like $3 million. There's watches that are $3-5 million.
Is they wind up going broke at a certain point, right? First of all, taxes, child support, all that kind of stuff, that promoters, this and that, and then just the way you spend your money. Could be bad investments. You could try to do the right thing and wind up with bad investments. You could just spend too much. And the thing is, if you're not the best in the world anymore, but you're one of, let's say, the 50 best in the world at what you do in your weight class, still hard to tell that dude you can make $100 million. No, don't do that because you're old.
Right.
Why would he not do that?
You know, if you have the right money behind it and the right promotion behind it and the right kind of commercials behind it, you can turn anything or anyone into a star. So it's basically you're just choosing to do what you want to do. So if you want to do Mayweather and Pacquiao, I think it can be done in a way where people are going to be curious enough to watch it. And you guys were just talking about it. It's on Netflix. It's not necessarily behind the paywall, aside from unless you don't have a Netflix subscription, but people are going to watch.
Terence Crawford challenges Floyd Mayweather for asking $100 million to fight Manny Pacquiao. He says Floyd earned huge amounts of money before, but is now dealing with financial problems.
Broke the bank, you know, and I don't see him trying to, give the game to the young fighters because he's a promoter now.
Yeah.
So I can't give everybody the game. Yeah. It's a business at the end of the day. So if they made all this money, on our backs as fighters, and now I'm a promoter, I'm gonna do the same thing that they once was doing, and just say it's just the game of the business.
It's the game.
Max Kellerman explains that boxers pursue large paydays since the sport lacks lasting financial protection. Once their fighting days are over, there is little assistance available, leaving them responsible for themselves.
With the 3 fights that's coming up, Floyd Mayweather, Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, I think the guy's from Greece or something like that. What do you feel about great champions doing these kind of fights as well? Or just these kind of fights that's going on?
They need money.
Damn.
Yeah, when you need money. This is the problem with boxing. You think about financial literacy, right? And you talk about like NFL players or NBA players. There's support systems for those dudes. There's nothing like that for fighters. They got to figure it out all themselves. And if you're a fighter, that means you did not have options.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like basketball or football. If you could, by the way, football players couldn't play basketball, or they play basketball. It's a better deal, right? That's if you can, you do. And boxers couldn't do either one of those things, right? They're too small, or they got hurt, whatever it is. And so you're dealing with a section of our world that is unlike.
Tasha K says that when people run into money problems, they begin filing lawsuits over funds they believe are owed. And she claims Floyd Mayweather is currently taking legal action against Showtime.
Bills is due, but you done spent everything on stuff you ain't supposed to have, and now you really need something, so you get ready to go to Walmart, right? And you know you got $132 in your bank account, all right? We all done been there, and you know you need food, the light bill due tomorrow, they're gonna cut it off, and you got $132 to your name. And so then you start to search like, well, what happened to the money? You start to go look at your bank account. You start to go, you start to get a little bit, I could take this rice, the beans, this, and then when you get up to the counter, you hoping that something else ain't hit your account that's done made it less, because it can say 132, but then you got them pending transactions that come in that hit you, that's definitely gonna put you in overdrive. You don't really start blaming or start realizing you broke until money get low. And that's when you go send people to look for where.
Jim Lampley says he felt disappointed by the returns of Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, noting that great champions who come back late in their careers are often motivated largely by money.
Understood Manny, or I will understand Manny. Does it make me happy? It's not really my business. It's their business.
You called what was still the most successful fight in boxing history, which was Mayweather-Pacquiao. I've never been a part of a buildup like that, where every mainstream outlet that maybe had abandoned boxing over the years came roaring back. I mean, it was massive. And then the fight happens and we don't get what we hoped for. What did you come away from that fight feeling? What did you think of how that whole thing played out?
Well, I want to start this by saying that I like Floyd. I get along with Floyd. I'm happy for Floyd that he was the first great social media master who demonstrated what the power of social media could be, how an event could be sold on social media.
Jeff Mayweather says a second fight between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao could have taken place much sooner. At this point, it appears to be a matchup being made primarily for financial gain.
I mean, that's a fight that basically, it's a cash grab for both of them.
You said it's a cash grab. I know he's had
So,
yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. If you created a name and you made a name, why not get paid for it?
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you. Do you feel that that's what the comeback announcement is as well? Is just kind of like because I know he's suing Showtime for money he thought he thinks he's owed. Is it just kind of like we need an influx of money, you think?
I mean, I don't really know, and I'm not really going to say anything that I don't know. So, I mean, that part I'm not going to even talk about. It's just the fact that, to me, I looked at it and I seen the same thing that everybody else seen. So, I mean, and I've never talked to him about it, so I can't really give nobody no answer.
Floyd Mayweather, once known as the sport's biggest moneymaker, now appears caught in growing financial difficulties. Even after reportedly earning more than $1 billion during his career, he seems burdened by debt, tax issues, and outstanding payments. Recent footage shows him endorsing alcohol in a manner that appears uneasy, resembling someone trying to maintain a smile while under significant financial strain. His activity on social media and various promotional events suggests a person dealing with responsibilities that extend well beyond the wealthy image he presents publicly.
Well, he needs it more than wants it, because you see right here, Floyd Mayweather very vocally has never had a drop of alcohol in his fucking life, is out here promoting alcohol. That's how you know this dude's fucking broke as hell and swimming in debt, because he's posting shit like this.
We are back. Money Mayweather and Beluga, we are back. It's a special day, Valentine's Day. Toast to the ones that we love.
Does he not look like he's a hostage right here? Look.
Happy Valentine's Day and cheers.
I look at the look on his face and I can't tell if he's being held at gunpoint while doing this because he owes somebody money, or if he's just looking like that because he's really confused and struggling trying to read the script for this ad. Sorry.
While he continues to feature in exhibition bouts, the broader narrative points to financial difficulties, legal disputes, tax liabilities, and an unexpected return to competition at 48 all appear to indicate that financial concerns are influencing choices once viewed as calculated business moves. Comparisons to figures such as Mike Tyson, who reportedly spent $500 million yet retained valuable assets, make Floyd's circumstances seem even more puzzling. Reported income from fights and sponsorships appears massive. However, it has not prevented debt issues. The difference is striking. A boxer who once showcased immense wealth now appears limited, depending on major public appearances to help maintain financial stability. It serves as a reminder that even extraordinary earnings cannot ensure lasting security when expenses and obligations grow beyond control.
The way Floyd Mayweather gives a f about any of that, bro. He's like, you said how much? How much is the check? You said I got to talk for 12 seconds. All I got to say is I'm the voice for them, and y'all are going to give me 15 million? Like that. That's the type of stuff that Floyd Mayweather does. And Conor was calling this out quite a long time ago, even back when they were promoting Mayweather versus McGregor.
Floyd not taking out his own jets? So Floyd got and he got tax problems.
And Conor also called it out right here as well.
And they said, I'm the motherfucker that can't read. Bitch, I do numbers. I make money. You know my middle name. You owe money.
So Conor was on this 10 years ago. I think 2017 was 2016, 2017. So Conor's been on this for.
Tasha K says that even when Floyd Mayweather appears to have huge amounts of money, hidden debts and outstanding payments can push anyone into financial trouble. Floyd's situation shows the common trap of spending heavily while obligations quietly continue to grow. Years ago, reports claimed he was kept in Dubai until he paid money he allegedly owed, showing how even elite athletes can become caught up in financial issues. Problems were reportedly made worse by trusted associates, including his manager, with claims that large amounts disappeared before Floyd could properly track them, despite earning billions. He is now dealing with lawsuits and unpaid rent, including more than $330,000 connected to a luxury apartment in Manhattan. His daughter was reportedly encouraged to start making her own money, a clear sign of increasing financial pressure. Despite his public image of wealth, Floyd's situation reveals a complex network of debts, missed payments, and legal disputes that continue to follow his career, proving that appearances of riches can sometimes be deceptive.
See somebody like Floyd Mayweather, that's the oldest trick in the book, y'all. Y'all know. When y'all see somebody flogging money everywhere, they got this, they got that, they got this. Was it Gervonta Davis? Tank told us 2 years ago that the reason they held Floyd Mayweather, you can put it back on the screen, captain, in Dubai is because he had owed them money and they wouldn't release him until he announced the fight to give him their money back. You know they do that over there in Dubai, right? You ain't going nowhere if you owe a debt. He was trapped over there for almost 2 months, according to Gervonta. They shared the same manager, Al Layman, who collected money in cash because Floyd Mayweather gave him a power of attorney to do so. And so when Floyd went down there and sued Showtime, he's suing Showtime, the company, the network, that publicizes these fights.
Max Kellerman says many boxers face money problems because their careers are brief and uncertain. Injuries or physical disadvantages can reduce their ability to earn. And without strong guidance or support systems, even skilled fighters often run into financial difficulties. He explains that taxes, child support obligations, and poor financial choices play a major role in this trend. Business ventures can collapse, and expensive lifestyles frequently make matters worse. Even boxers who remain highly ranked in their division may struggle to secure massive paydays, such as $100 million, after their prime years have passed. Kellerman points out that this situation is fairly common. Many fighters eventually experience financial instability despite earlier achievements, underscoring the need for long-term planning and responsible money management throughout a boxing career.
End up with bad investments. You could just spend too much. And the thing is, if you're not the best in the world anymore, but you're one of, let's say, the 50 best in the world at what you do in your weight class, still hard to tell that dude, you can make $100 million. No, don't do that because you're old.
Right.
Why would he not do that?
Do you think, and when I look at these fights that's coming up, do it take away from boxing for you when you see these fights being announced?
No, not. I mean, what it just demonstrates that boxing has not produced new characters that you know, whose stories people really want to follow. If we were producing those guys, and hopefully we will now with Zuffa, there'd be less interest in the kind of sideshow fights or the senior tour type fights,
right?
Because we'd be invested in new characters. Just we haven't had characters that have captured the public's imagination because people don't know.
Jazz Mather says both fighters show remarkable discipline, carefully looking after their bodies and sticking to regular training schedules. He mentions that he exercises almost every day, including playing basketball, and still feels youthful and able to perform at an elite level. The event represents the first boxing match held at the Sphere, a venue previously associated with concerts, and making it happen required detailed preparation, the right people, and ideal timing. Mather highlights the importance of a worldwide platform such as Netflix, which gives hundreds of millions of viewers access to the event while creating new possibilities for the sport.
He's Sylvan fighter, so him and me, we taking care of our body, and we always work out almost every day and playing basketball like that. So right now, I still can fight. Like I feel like I'm still young. I mean, nothing changed.
Jazz, this event is going to mark the first boxing match at the Sphere. We've been there, we've seen concerts there, but how did this come to be?
This was a lot of work, took a lot of time. I mean, many tried and many, I wouldn't say failed, but planted seeds. It just took the right time and, having the right team in place to be able to get it done, right? It's really a timing thing and all the right people involved.
Manny Pacquiao's recent comeback to boxing sparked a competitive reaction from Floyd Mayweather, reflecting the determination and elite status of two athletes who have left a lasting mark on the sport. When discussing challenges, Mather explains that difficulties often emerge when individuals place their own interests ahead of the fighter's objectives, while excessive involvement from middlemen can make negotiations more complicated. Speaking on Floyd's 49th birthday, Manny offers wishes for good health and continued blessings, demonstrating mutual respect as discussions move forward. Mayweather vs. Pacquiao 2 is expected to be a landmark event, bringing together two boxing legends on a unique stage in Las Vegas.
Manny came out of retirement. He did a return pro fight of last year. Obviously, Floyd sees that. Floyd's very competitive. He wants the same thing. He feels he can come in, he can do the same thing, and why not give it that chance? They're both the best in the game. They're both world renowned, and the sport would not be what it is without them.
I think that's fair to say, given their stature, for sure. Jazz, quickly, I want to ask you the biggest impediment to getting this done, because it sounds like Manny's wanted to have a rematch over these last 11 years. What's been the biggest barrier, the biggest hurdle you've had to overcome?
The biggest barrier would be, I would just say, there's people in the way that just don't present either the deal the right way or just are not able to get it closed. A lot of times people will look after themselves rather than look after the fight.
Wade Clemens says Floyd Mayweather's recent appearances, including exhibition matches involving Mike Tyson and the planned fight with Manny Pacquiao, are largely driven by financial considerations. Although Floyd is regarded as one of boxing's greatest fighters, reports claim he is missing hundreds of millions of dollars and has accumulated years of unpaid tax obligations, making these major events about more than competition alone. According to Clemens, they also provide an opportunity to improve his financial position. He adds that using Floyd's undefeated 50-0 record and matching him with internationally known figures, such as Manny Pacquiao, helps generate significant pay-per-view demand and revenue, particularly with major platforms like Netflix helping promote the events.
Way with that when you do exhibitions, and again, Floyd fighting in his exhibition versus Mike Tyson in the Congo to get ready for this. That's on April 25th. And like we saw a second ago, Manny takes his on April 18th from the Thomas and Mack Arena in Vegas. So this must have been planned in the works before they even announced the exhibition fights, right? And again, Floyd's got a tough one. Ruslan is a former world champion. It's a 10-round welterweight fight. That's not the same exhibition that Floyd is doing. They don't even have rounds yet for the Floyd and Mike Tyson deal. Minutes, none of that. This is a 10-round exhibition, but it's a fight because Ruslan's a bad mother. But this was all it had to have been set up, put in play for those two to come together in September. They needed a tune-up fight for each of them. That wasn't going to count against them on their records. Hopefully no one gets knocked out in those two exhibitions.
It also explains that most casual fans are not concerned with age or competitive rankings. Their interest comes from seeing famous boxing icons share the ring. Although Floyd is 49 and Manny is 47, many viewers will still watch because of their name recognition, making these events highly profitable. Clemens adds that following exhibitions involving Mike Tyson with a matchup against Manny Pacquiao is a calculated approach designed to increase revenue while capitalizing on popularity, legacy, and media exposure. The blend of historic accomplishments and financial pressures helps explain Floyd's continued returns to boxing, showing how even athletes associated with great wealth can encounter financial issues that influence their career choices.
Two of the best of all time, they could probably avoid it. Then they come out in September and have one final go at it. I told you guys, Floyd is going broke. And there's no other clear explanation other than, we can look through the court documents of him versus Showtime, but missing $340 million, being years and years behind on his taxes, that's clearly the motivation for this. And because Floyd, obviously, he is one of the best of all time. So if he still can do it. But Mike Tyson, followed by Manny Pacquiao, will get you out of a lot of financial bad situations and bad decision making. So this is why I think Floyd is doing this more than anything else, leveraging his 50-0 career, because that will bring in the viewership. And Netflix being the partner here, this, I don't know if it's going to approach it. But if there was a matchup to beat Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul on Netflix, seeing as, again, it was 11 years ago, but 4.2 million pay-per-view buys, and seeing as the casual audience doesn't really...
Paulie Malignaggi views the upcoming Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao matchup mainly as a significant financial opportunity rather than strictly a competitive sporting event. He explains that their first meeting in 2015, despite its historic importance, often came across as more of a spectacle than a highly entertaining fight, leaving many fans hoping for greater action. According to Malignaggi, this rematch appears to follow a comparable approach aimed at drawing attention, producing substantial revenue, and benefiting from the legendary reputations of both boxers. He stresses that money is a major factor behind events like these. And although both fighters are older now, their popularity and worldwide recognition continue to make the fight a profitable attraction for all parties involved.
One was also a little bit too late, and they didn't really fight with that passion and fire. It was more like, I'll dance, you dance, and if nobody gets hurt, we both win, And that's not really what fans want to see. Having said that, the first time around was for the championship of the world. Floyd was champion. Pacquiao was challenging him. I think Floyd had the WBC title at the time, so on and so forth. And you know what I say about, and at the time, it was still a fight that was viable within the whole world landscape of the welterweight division. This time around, it's not really a viable fight within the landscape of the welterweight division, but it's like I always complain about Canelo. As long as you don't take the belts with you and hold them hostage, and the sanctioning bodies allow you to hold them hostage, I don't mind guys doing this kind of thing. Let's face it. Is it the only time we've seen this? We've seen this time and again. I mean, Leonard did the third fight with Duran and Hearns in 1989, 8 years after everybody wanted it. Pull up to the arena together.
This is entertainment, let's get cameras with them the whole time. Someone in the back, just the whole way up.
Well, when you look at
that's going to be more fun than the fight. I'm telling you right now.
The build now. A question I have too. We've seen it in previous Netflix cards, not all of them, of course. MVP Promotions, Jake Paul has done some Netflix cards. The card around this, does that, Paulie? When you look at the spectacle that will be, Mayweather versus Pacquiao too, you could put a great card underneath this and really get some shine on some fighters that maybe need the exposure. What do you think is going to be done? Or this would sell all by itself. You don't need to spend any more money. What you thought on the card around this, Paulie? What do you think we're going to see?
I'm hearing.
Yeah, please.
Because I looked into it obviously already.
Right.
So I was trying to see if there's space for me. I'm hearing that there's they're gonna have their own stable of guys. Maybe the Manny's son could be on the undercard. Like that. I'm hearing that they're gonna each have a piece of the undercard for themselves and their own.
Wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to join us again for the next one.